Today, Kevin and I have an apple theme for you. These are the Lundberg Family Farms organic rice cakes. They're apple pie.
And I have two Trader Joe's items. This is the Honeycrisp apple granola, and these are the all butter apple shortbread cookies.
So the Lundberg were these were $4.99 at the Fresh Market. And of course the other two were from Trader Joe's. The granola was $3.99 and the shortbread was $3.49.
I started with that was like 50 cents less.
I know, and
because I think you're gonna get like 6 cookies in there.
Yeah, it doesn't look like there can be very many cookies in there at all. Okay, so let's try.
Looks like a juice box.
It does kind of look, yeah, a grown-up juice box. Lundberg Family Farms Organic Rice Cake Minis, apple pie flavored with other natural flavors, made with regenerative, organic, certified brown rice, gluten-free, vegan, whole grain, 21 grams of whole grains, organic. We said that 5 servings, 13 pieces is 30 grams is 130 calories. And they are manufactured and distributed by Lundberg Family Farms in Richville, California. All right.
I like rice cakes when they're done right.
Smells really nice.
These look like they'd have a good texture. Back when they first came out with rice cakes, I remember Mom being on a diet and eating these all the time, and they were so plain. I mean, just plain.
Oh yeah, they've changed.
I don't know if they had any salt on them back then. That's that has a nice, like, sharp apple flavor. Not like sharp as in a bad way. Just when you bite into an apple, sometimes you get that sweet but a little sharpness from like an acidity or something. It's got that in there.
To me, it's apple cinnamon.
Yeah, I can get a little cinnamon too.
Yes, it's cinnamon powder. It's not, there is some sweetness there, but it's a very light sweetness. And I think you get a lot of the sweetness from the apple flavor itself. But, so it's not like cinnamon sugar. But I think it's just cinnamon with apple. Yeah. But I do think those are nice quality.
They're good, 10 calories a piece. I mean, unless you're watching your fat or something, really, calorie-wise, they're about the same thing as a potato chip.
Yes, that's
because potato chips are about 10 calories per chip.
Yeah, even like Pringles or anything is about 10 calories for a chip, and they're salty and greasy, but
they're also fattier and all
that stuff. So
exactly.
So some people look at one thing, some people look at another thing. When I typically see people buying rice cakes, I think, you know, it's because they're trying to watch what they eat. But I do think these are really nice.
Yeah, they're good. I like the apple flavor.
Okay, now we have the Trader Joe's Honeycrisp Apple Granola.
And we're going to ruin it by weighing.
We're going to weigh it. Well, we want to see how much you get. It's a 12-ounce bag, 340 grams. It says, this fall-forward granola shines the spotlight on an autumnal all-star, the Honeycrisp apple. Heralded for its crunch and concentration of flavor, it's a natural companion to snacks and cereals of all sorts. Snacks and cereals such as the sweet clusters in this bag before you. Get ready to fall in love.
These people that write these kind of remind me of greeting card people. They just write these flowery words.
Yes. Well, yes. 2/3 cup, 62 grams. Is 260 calories. There's 5 servings in here. Or you can only eat, you can go for 31 grams. That's a snack size, and it's 130 calories. So that's what I would get for yogurt.
130.
I would do 31 grams.
Yeah.
So that's
but if you were eating for a snack at night or something,
then
or an afternoon snack, you would go higher.
You could go higher. So
that's up to you.
That's what we're going to go for. 31 grams is 130 calories.
They look big. Right there. Oh, that's pretty
exactly
good size bowl.
Yes, it is. That is
we've
perfect.
had stuff that was half the size of this bowl for a serving.
No, that's what you get normally when I do the Dannon Light and Fit with put this on top, mix it in. It's wonderful. It's a really good amount. So it has rolled oats, cane sugar, dried Honeycrisp apples, brown rice syrup, rice flour, oat syrup, honey, molasses. It has cinnamon, ginger, cardamom, black pepper, and clove. Okay.
Got lots of these little dry apple pieces. Did you get an apple?
Yeah, unfortunately.
No, I don't mind the apple at all. It's got a little bit of a chewy texture to it. Once you start chewing it though, it gets softer. I like that.
I wish I hadn't have eaten the apple with it because I wish I had just tried the granola first to see if I could taste. I don't think the granola itself has an apple flavor.
Probably not.
I think the only place you're getting the apple is from the apple.
But I'll tell you what, it's a lot of flavor.
Yes, it is.
No, I don't think that granola has an apple flavor. It might have a slight, but it could be just transfer from the apples in the bag with it. It's not very strong if it does have apple in it, as far as the granola goes. But you get so many hunks of this dried apple, which I really like.
You know, they mentioned the cinnamon and the ginger and all that. I don't get that.
Not overwhelming flavors.
Normally I can really pick that out. But my first bite that I took had an apple in it. And so that apple was so intense.
Pretty strong.
Very, very strong apple that's what you taste through the whole bite. And
then the granola just adds a really good crunch to it.
I think it would be better if you added this to oatmeal or yogurt or something like that because the apple is chewy for me. I don't care for the chewiness to just like eat it by the handfuls. Like if I were to eat this, I would pick out all those apples if I'm just eating it plain. Just because I just don't like the chewiness.
Yeah, it's kind of like it's borderline of being like a freeze-dried strawberry, which kind of has that texture right at first, that dry cardboardy kind of texture, and then it turns into kind of chewiness. These are a little bit better for me because they get a little softer quicker. But I don't mind them. I like it. I would just eat handfuls of it.
But it's funny you said that because that intensity that you get from a freeze-dried strawberry, that's the intensity of this apple.
They really captured the flavor.
It is a very intense, strong apple. And you love Honeycrisp apple. Does that remind you of Honeycrisp apple?
Yeah, it's got that same sweet, kind of sharp flavor as a Honeycrisp. So that's good.
Okay. What a cute little package. Oh, these are very thin shortbread cookies.
Oh, okay.
So you get more than you thought, but they're thinner than like a British or Scottish shortbread. So these are the all butter apple shortbread cookies. 4.93 ounces, 140 grams. They don't have, they did not have their local poet put anything on the back of that.
There's 14 cookies.
5 servings, 3 cookies, 28 grams is 140 calories.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11, 12, 13. Yeah, 14.
These are a product of the United Kingdom. So they have come from somewhere in the United Kingdom.
Yeah, a little picture of an apple on them.
It says...
It's funny we only got 14 cookies and they're saying I should have gotten 15.
Yeah. Wheat flour, butter, dried apples, apple juice concentrate, lemon juice concentrate.
Those are they have a chewiness to them. Do you get that? That sounds weird, but I mean, they're crunchy cookies, but I think the little apple pieces are a little chewy.
I feel like they may have come from the United Kingdom, but I feel like they were very specifically made for the American market.
Like following an American recipe.
I don't feel like they would sell this same recipe cookie over there.
Probably not. There's really not any butter in it.
Because it's comes across as much sweeter than traditional shortbread.
Yeah.
Because we've tried a lot of shortbread. And this seems sweeter. The apple it's very apple forward. I mean, you absolutely get the apple. It's very strong. I love the sweetness from the apple, but what it's missing is the butter. And it may be because that apple is so strong. It's a good cookie. Just don't. You know what? If you don't know anything about shortbread,
then it's a good shortbread.
Then you're gonna enjoy it. You're gonna enjoy it. Yeah.
It does have a little bit, like they've used these little dried apples in there, so the chewiness that you got from these is in that cookie, but you can't notice it as much because it's got the crunchy cookie around it. So
it's on a much smaller scale.
It just it reminds me of a kind of a chewy cookie because when I'm eating it, it's kind of got these chewy pieces in it. So it's kind of odd. It's not bad.
I'm more of a shortbread purist. I would rather have a plain, rich, buttery, you know, I say plain, but it's not plain at all. It's just because they're delicious, than have a flavor added to it like the apple.
You probably would have rather had that than a regular buttery shortbread cookie and a little dollop of like apple jam or something in the middle.
I would have. I really do appreciate a good shortbread. So I do think this is made for, even though it's United Kingdom, I do think it was made for American market, but I do think they did a good job with it. You know, you're gonna go to Trader Joe's and you're gonna go in expecting an apple cookie, and that's exactly what you're getting. You're getting an apple flavored cookie. You cannot compare these things.
Not really.
None of them at all. So it really, I mean, if I was going to go back to Trader Joe's and get something, you can't buy these at Trader Joe's. I would get the cookies
I'd get the granola
over the granola, because the granola, it's just not my kind of granola. That's not what I'm looking for.
I would get the granola for sure.
But I do think that it's not because of the flavor, it's just because of the texture of those apples. But I think a lot of people are going to be crazy about it.
I like it.
So I will have a picture for you at the end, and thanks for watching.